Hello everyone, this is Zeeebo and welcome back to One Copy Celestial Hypogean Dream Realm team recommendations. And for today's video, we're going to run through the Dream Realm teams with only one Celestial Hypogean unit for King Croaker. So for King Croaker specifically, I'll say this boss is probably one of the most free-to-play friendly bosses out there that free-to-play player can achieve good damage with just one Celestial Hypogean unit, because this boss core units are actually the three units on top, right? Which is Talene, as well as Smokey, as well as Ludovic. So these three are the core, and right, this top player right here has Talene as the main carry, but Talene right now is overtaken by another unit known as Lily May. So you can actually just slot in Lily May, because if you're new to the game, you could have went for Lily May's banner, and then you would have 4 of the core units to do max damage. So I have a team showcase, which is my own 48 build damage over here. So this is me running the Lily May setup with Talene as well as Freesto. So for Freesto's case, if you have the ability to upgrade his weapon to EX15 in order to get the level 15 ability to summon another illusion right here, okay, so right here another illusion, then you can use this positioning, because what will happen in this positioning is the illusion Freesto on the left hand side will take the very first insta kill, and then our main body Freesto will summon another illusion on the right hand side, which will benefit from the buff from Smokey to do damage throughout the battle. And then subsequently, because Talene is second in line for the insta kill, Talene will take the remaining insta kill from the boss, and then by the end of 3 insta kill ability from the boss itself, we will still have all the units on the battlefield to do damage. And later on, I'll run through the damage numbers and then talk about the core units for this team. Okay, so let's start the battle. So still Evocation spell, best Dream Realm artifact if you're in the Song of Strife season. But if you're in the preseason itself, I understand that there are some players who are new to the game, who just joined the game itself. If you don't have Evocation spell, then the best spell in the free-to-play category for the beginners or the people who just started the game is actually the Tomb itself. Later I'll showcase the Tomb that I'm talking about. So right now, I'm currently in the Song of Strife season, so the most meta artifact is the Evocation spell right here, right? But if you're in the preseason, if you're completely new to the game and you are tackling King Croaker right here, the book, right, the book that gives you haste as well as damage is the best out there. So this team has sustain as well, because you have both Ludovic as well as Smokey for the sustain, and then you have Smokey for the damage and buff if you have the EX weapon up. And then because you have that illusion summoning ability as well as Talene's multiple lives, you are able to sort of go through the insta kill ability from Croaker itself. So right here, 48.3 build, right, this is my best damage setup. So Lily May, one of the best damage dealer right now, and then Ludovic, also decent damage dealer. Okay, Talene as well, and then we have Smokey, and then we have Freesto, which is doing pretty decent damage overall. So that's for this team setup. Okay, this is only with Freesto. So for this team, let's say if your Freesto is not EX15 and you don't have Freesto, how can you actually switch out the different units itself, right? So that's one thing which I think a lot of people will be concerned about, especially for the viewers, which is the free-to-play players. So before I continue, the book that I want to talk about is this book over here, or rather Starshot spell. Okay, so sorry, Starshot spell, too used to like the different terms in the different games. So if you're somebody who just started the game, right, and you're watching my video wondering where do I get Evocation spell, right, it's not possible for you to get it because this is only available in the Song of Strife season. Right now, for the preseason itself, the best Dream Realm artifact is Starshot spell. Okay, so for those of you guys who are watching this video as a preseason player, this is the artifact that you want to use, because this gives you HP as well as haste for your units to spam the different skills to do damage to the boss. And because you have enough healing in the team, the additional haste allows your unit to just spam their heals faster, which will keep your sustain going as a whole. So now let's continue with, if you do have Freesto, what are some of the replacements you can use. So if your Freesto is not EX15, just put Talene in front and then put Freesto to the right side, so that this illusion doesn't take the insta kill, and then you still have 2 Freesto body on the battlefield to just do damage throughout the whole battle. So that is if you do have EX15 to do the additional summon. And if let's say you do have Freesto, but for example if you have Reina, right, then I would suggest you switching in Lily May, because the boost that this can provide for Lily May is pretty insane. And damage boost on Croaker just through the damage from Lily May as well as Ludovic is pretty okay as well. So I'll showcase the damage. I don't think it beats Freesto, because Freesto does quite a bit of damage. It contributes to, I think, at least 30% of your endgame damage. But the damage boost from Reina is definitely going to be helpful. And then the damage boost on the boss also allows Ludovic to do more damage, as well as Smokey to do more damage. So I think generally it will still be close, not as good as the 48 build that the previous team can achieve, but still decent enough. Okay, so Talene is still doing damage. So Talene's 2 lives has been consumed, so there's still one more insta-kill from the boss, which will take out Talene from the battlefield, unfortunately. So we are stuck with 4 units, but because for this team itself, we have the damage boost on the boss, the remaining units on the battlefield is able to continuously output damage, and because there's a debuff on the boss, we're actually doing, I'll say, like more damage, even with only 4 units towards the end, actually, based on the pacing of the damage output. So we are able to achieve a 45 build with Reyna alone, so this is greatly amping the damage output from Lily May, as well as increasing Ludovic's damage output by a little bit. Yeah, so Smokey also, I think the 2 of them remain relatively the same in terms of damage output, but we amped up Lily May's damage output massively with Reyna. So this is one way to do more damage, that is to amp up your carry with Reyna as well. So this is what we did here. So 45 build, definitely a good option to consider. The third unit that I want to showcase is Scarlita, but personally I think Scarlita is not exactly like the best for Croaker alone, because you can use Scarlita with Fresto or another body, because that way the insta-kill won't go on Scarlita. Unfortunately, if we were to use Scarlita, I would say this will be the best, because you kind of want Scarlita to land on the right side instead of the left side, because if Scarlita lands on the left side or Scarlita moves to the left side on the battlefield, then Scarlita will be insta-killed by King Croaker, which is something that I don't want, because I want the Heart of Unity buff to go through for this team. So I'll put her on the right side. So this is the team setup, because I cannot predict where she will actually move after she lands. That's the problem with Scarlita alone in this team. Because if you have Fresto, then Fresto's illusion can tank the insta-kill. So right here, I think she'll move in, and then I think she'll be the next one to take the insta-kill, unfortunately. So this is why Scarlita is not really like my favorite for this. Okay, Talene is still taking the insta-kill, very, very nice. Okay. So 2 insta-kill. Hopefully Scarlita survives to the end, because Scarlita is not only a buffer. Okay, unfortunately she died there. So other than being a buffer for the team, Scarlita also does decent damage. So obviously I kind of want to keep her alive for as long as possible. But I think based on multiple runs with her with Scarlita, right? I mean, based on multiple runs with Scarlita against Croaker, Scarlita always dies to that like left attack, because she's way too in front in the team itself. So you guys can see over here. So the buff actually amped up the damage output from Ludovic because of the Heart of Unity buff. Yeah, but if let's say you don't have any other unit, this is one team you can use for Scarlita. But I wouldn't recommend it if you don't have Scarlita. I think personally, if you don't have Scarlita, what you can do for this team is quite straightforward. Right, take out Scarlita. If you don't have Scarlita, what I'll do is I would suggest putting in another magical damage dealer, or putting in another Grave Bomb for the team, because you kind of want to have the fractional bonus, right? Or, right, if you don't want to use Ludovic, or you have OD invested, then you just throw in Coco and OD, right? This will keep your survival going, right? And if you have no issue surviving, you don't need Coco, you want additional damage, then you can also put in Shakir for that buff for your team, or maybe even like another damage dealer, or maybe even Ludovic right here as well. So this way you do lose a little bit of fractional bonus, but I think this is a way more budget friendly option without any Celestial Hypogean unit, in case you do have Reyna, or in case you think Scarlita's damage output doesn't fit your ideal range. I'll definitely use this, because OD against this boss actually does quite a huge chunk of damage. Later on you guys will see the damage distribution. So obviously not the best, right? You can obviously also use Merrily, since you're not getting any fractional bonus. So the last slot in terms of that Scarlita replacement is quite flexible, but I would strongly recommend Fresto first, followed by Reyna, and then probably this team, because pretty free to play friendly, and I think this team probably wins Scarlita team in terms of damage output, or the Scarlita team that I showcased just now. Yeah. Okay, I think. Okay, I think it should be 41 build, I guess. So Talene died, unfortunately. Lily May still doing a lot of damage. Okay, so you guys can see 41.5 build. So slightly better than the previous team, because we don't have that fractional bonus right here. Okay, but because OD is able to do a huge chunk of damage, it's able to sort of match up. So if let's say you have Carolina, right? Actually, Carolina in this Graveborn team is actually quite a decent choice, because, right, you get the fractional bonus, and Carolina is able to apply even more magical defense debuff if you have a EX weapon up. Okay, so this is Ice Vortex, which increases magical defense, reduction. So this will allow Lily May to hit harder, as well as Ludovic to hit harder. So I'll showcase this team as well. So this is if you don't have Reyna and Fresto, right? Then I wouldn't recommend Scarlita, because I personally don't think Scarlita is that good of a damage dealer. There's also the Talene team, which I'll showcase later, but I think that team is kind of RNG based, and I personally think right now there's not a lot of players that will go for Talene, because Talene's hype actually sort of died down over time, unfortunately. So this is one team that you guys can definitely consider, as you guys can see right here, because we are using Carolina not only as a damage dealer, as a fractional, also as a fractional link, as well as a debuffer for the other units, which is Ludovic as well as Lily May, to do damage. Okay, so pretty good as well. I think probably as good as the OD team or a little bit better. I think probably 42 bill. Yeah, 42 bill. Okay, 41.8 bill. So this is one team option that you guys can try. Okay. Yeah, so right here, I think Carolina didn't do as much as OD, but the rest of the other damage did a little bit more to push me to the 41 build range. So that's for the no Celestial Hypogean one. And there's one more team, which is the Talene solo team. So I don't have Talene max out on this account, but as a player in the bracket, I actually used Talene and shared it. So this guy over here. Hey, no. There's this GG King. Where's my GG King, bro? GG King, bro. Where are you? Ah, over here. Okay, wait, this is with Reina, unfortunately. Yeah, so Talene as a solo character is not exactly the best, I would say. Well, what you can do with Talene is removing Feresto, right? Putting in another unit that can either be a Mauler, or you can actually just throw in Lily May, right? And you can use this team as well. So this team on top, right, with Talene. Personally, right now, Lily May has sort of taken over Talene's position. And I think if you run both Lily May and Talene, it's still okay because you have Talene's factional link for Ludovic as well as Torrent for the 10% bonus. And then you have a heal, and then you have one more damage dealer to sort of replace Feresto in this role. So I think this team setup, right, for Talene and then replacing Feresto for one other carry, either OD for more factional bonus or Merrily as well as maybe Lily May if you have them for that additional damage for the team itself. So that's pretty much it for this one Celestial Hypogean Dream Realm team showcase for King Croaker. Let me know down in the comment section below, right, which Celestial Hypogean unit you have trained so far, and if you are a new player, right, how is the competitiveness of your server looking like for the Dream Realm side of things. Thank you very much for tuning in today, and I'll see you guys again in more AFK journey videos. Bye guys.